Hi, this is Jonathan Murphy. This is a video to explain some of the basic functions of the ShareX tool designed for screen capturing and file sharing. This is a free application, and using it, you can capture still images from your screen or from a certain window. As well, you can record your screen to capture video or audio from your computer. Uh, I usually use this program when I'm creating materials for my classroom, assessments, student information, handouts, overhead presentations. Prior to using ShareX, I had been using the snipping tool that comes with Windows. I should say I'm a Windows user, so you can see here that ShareX is for Windows for the moment. Uh, the snipping tool basically comes with Windows. Very simple screen capture, allows me to select an area of my visible screen. It captures it. From here, I can copy it to my clipboard, paste it in. Some very basic editing and markup options are available. It's pretty plain though, not super powerful. The ShareX program is free and open source, so it is very powerful. It actually has options that I'm not even close to understanding or using yet, but I'm going to go over some of the very basic things to set up to capture your screen for images and to capture some video. I am producing this video using the tool. So I'm right now simultaneously recording my screen, my full screen, and I'm recording audio via the microphone. So basically, if you download it and install it, you open the application, it's going to pop up, look more or less like this. There's a little bit of history showing where I've been working on another assignment. So right up here at the top is the business end, where you can choose what you're going to capture. You can choose to upload some files. It automatically builds some hotkeys that you can use. So in this case, from my home screen, all I did to start my screen recording was to basically hit Shift and print screen, and then I selected my entire screen from my upper left to my lower right. One thing I'll mention now and to keep in mind, of course, using any program where I'm copying parts of my screen or capturing video, you need to make sure you have the right copyright or that you have, I guess, that basically you have the rights to use the images or video you're copying, or that you are giving the proper references to give the original authors and the creators their credit for their work. In the education world, there are a lot of options for us to use things for education purposes, but please always use the tool ethically and cite your sources. The basic settings now to set up is to take your destinations folder. So in this case, I want to tell it where I'm going to send my files after I create them, after I capture a video. So when I open up destination settings, it's going to take just a moment here. In this case, I use Google Drive. Uh, I selected this is a preloaded list. I didn't add these. It comes right in the program set up to sync up with any of these different sites or applications. Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive are all very popular. For me, for Google Drive, when I clicked here, I'm not going to do it now, I've already done it. You click on step one, and it walks you right through the process to log into your drive, gives you a verification code. Basically, it walks you through it itself, very straightforward. I choose the folder on my drive. In this case, I went over, opened up my drive in a separate window, created a folder called ShareX Uploads. There my files are loaded, and I just selected it. When you do select something here, there's no accept or OK at the bottom. You just make your selection, click on it, and then you can just close your window, and it maintains your settings. Under your task settings, your next thing, what you can do is a couple of options here, playing a sound to notify a task is completed. It can do some recording and stuff in the background. So once in a while, it gives you a little sound or a ding in the background to let you know a process has ended or something has happened. As well, when you go into here under screen capture, screen recorder, there are some options. First thing is the frames per second. That's FPS, frame per second. 60 is the highest setting. I had it set at 60 previously because I was recording some video. For a screen capture like this that I'm doing, 30 would be more than sufficient. It would keep your file size a little bit smaller. We go a little bit deeper into our options here. Give it a moment as it loads up. You can select your audio source. I have it set right now at the microphone so that I can produce this video. Did I mention I am using the app to produce this video right now, capturing my screen and using the audio? The default for audio source for the video is to have no source. You can select the microphone. Default I said is none. You can select the different options that are on your computer. So the stereo mix in this case, excuse me, was I had to select that. If you want to capture something, let's say you're going to capture a piece of a YouTube video, select your stereo mix. And then when you capture your screen to record it, it is going to record the audio output that's going to your speakers. And again, once you've made your settings, there's no OK or accept, export, import, or other settings. You just go back and close the window. There are some other options you can select here on naming files and some automatic things you could have happen. I haven't touched any of those settings. All I did was I added a slight delay. So the default is 0 seconds. I added a 0.5 second delay to start recording after. So that means when I hit the go button, it hesitates for a moment. So if I'm going to capture parts of a video or something like that, I can start the screen recording, then I can hit play on the video or resume on the video to make sure I capture the full portions that I'm looking for. Again, I'll close this window. When I go under application settings, the thing here we want to look at is some general paths. So the path is where you're going to store your files. In this case, it defaults to storing a file locally and uploading a copy to the Google Drive. I'd already showed you that setting. In this case, it defaults to your user, whatever your username is, followed by documents and ShareX. So there's a local folder on the computer where it dumps the files. There are lots of other options you can select here, but all you need to do for basic use, check your paths and make sure it's that you know where the files are going. Makes it easy for you to find them afterwards. These are some of the very basic settings. That is enough to get you started. As long as you have a destination set up for your images and for your files, then you'll be good to go. In this case, my files is for my sound recordings, images is for just single screen captures. Lots of detailed settings that are not needed at this point, but that should be enough to get you going. Again, a quick reminder here, if you go to getsharex.com, you can download the program, and as well you can look at their terms of use and see if this is a tool that's suitable for use in your classroom. I'm finding it very useful putting together presentations, especially to capture and make a copy of an online video that I'm going to show as part of a presentation. And this way I don't need to ensure that I have good internet access where I'm going to be presenting. A lot of classrooms don't necessarily have it, or your network might not be able to carry it. This way, if a video doesn't have a download option, I can use ShareX to capture the full video and audio, store it locally on my hard drive, and then use it to play it back during a presentation. The one thing I'll add though is just another reminder, make sure when you are capturing images or video that you give proper credit to the original author of that materials. To stop the program now, all I'm going to do, I'll go down here. Once I click stop, it'll finish. So I appreciate you listening to this short video and hopefully found it helpful. Thank you.